Edge is a show about topics that are important to teens and others. Personally, I have dealt with severe acne since I was 12, and I know many others have as well. There were many times when people would look all over my face at my acne instead of looking into my eyes when I spoke. It was hard for me to go in public without face makeup, and every time I did, I would regret not wearing face makeup. Someone I didn't trust got a hold of a picture of me without face makeup and knew it was my biggest insecurity and sent it to me. I started Accutane around a month ago, and I remember tears filling my eyes because I found out there would finally be a solution to one of my biggest insecurities. Many people who don't deal with acne do not know this feeling or the impact it has on your confidence. The Global Burden of Disease study claims that acne affects 85% of young adults aged 12 to 25. Acne is treated in a variety of ways. One way it is treated is through Accutane, an oral pill. Accutane can be a solution for people with cystic acne or acne that has not improved from other acne treatments. I am Sammy Dusch, and today on The Edge we will be talking about acne and skincare. My two guests today are Mary and Nick Tallon. So how did you guys come across Accutane?
Well, actually, it started with Nick because,
Yeah, it was me that actually found Accutane first. So I was really insecure and just kind of fed up with having acne. So I went on the internet and I searched up just local dermatologists, and I found Dr. Petrie, who lives.
he works right off of Route 19.
Yeah, he's really close. So I scheduled an appointment with him, and during the appointment, we were talking about solutions to my acne, and he was talking about certain medications, and then Accutane came up in a conversation, and he said that Accutane is it's really good and has been proven to be more effective than other solutions. So, and we had particularly a little bit more of an aggressive kind of acne. So I was like, yeah, let's go for Accutane.
I got it from him though, but because he had started it and he was on for 2 months, and then I went on because I was like, oh my goodness, his face is clearing up beautifully. And he had horrible, I'm gonna be honest, you looked ratchet. He looked bad. But it's I did a whole bunch of research on it because I saw that he was on it, but I'm a female, so it's obviously gonna be different for me. So I was doing a whole bunch of homework for about a month of searching into it and seeing how it would go. And then after that, I had decided to go to the same doctor that he went to. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on Accutane. And I get on about 2 months after him.
So what are some precautions that you guys had to take during Accutane?
As a female, it was different for me. For you?
For me, I had no precautions that I had to deal with.
Yeah, he really just had to take the frickin' pill, and it was not.
But don't choke on it. That's basically it.
Don't choke on it. But for me, as a girl, I had to do a whole bunch of different stuff. Actually, before you start, you have to take a pregnancy test, and it has to be a negative pregnancy test, obviously. And then you have to wait 30 days and then take another pregnancy test, and then you could start the pill that day. But then you had to do online things. You had to do the online. Did you have to do online?
I had to make some type of an account that I never used.
Oh, wasn't it the iPledge?
Yeah, it was that one.
Oh yeah,
so you had to regularly check on it.
I had to check on it every month, and it was right before the time. It was a week prior to me getting my new fill, because you only get a month worth of pills, and so before I would run out, I have to go online again and say no, I'm not going to abuse the drug. No, I'm not going to donate blood or get pregnant within this time frame. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things you have to take precautionary measures for.
So about pregnancy, what are the risks? Why can't you get pregnant on this pill?
They're really huge. Actually, whenever we were taking the pill, even on your pills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The entire package has a bunch of
it's do not get pregnant.
And if you do get pregnant on Accutane, there's a bunch of defects that could happen. They had pictures, they were serious. It was so graphic.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not a guy, I am not getting pregnant.
Yeah.
It was on every single pill slot, because ours came in at least little boxes. They didn't come in a little pill thing, a little shakeable thing. But in every single slot, it had do not get pregnant, do not get pregnant.
I had the same thing, yeah.
All over the box was do not get pregnant. And then it had pictures of the birth defects that could happen with the babies. But yeah, it was really intense, and so you had to just be very careful. That's why they push for abstinence really intensely.
Yeah, they do. So what side effects did you guys have during the whole process? What are some?
The only thing that could really that I can talk about was just dry skin.
Oh, yeah.
That was
your face was real dry.
I would carry around this giant tube of Aquaphor all over my glasses, and I'd be like,
Put it everywhere. Yeah. That's,
It
I thought
wasn't
you were
even
talking
like
about
a
moisturizer. Oh yeah,
No,
that's what I do.
You would even put on your face too. Your face was so dry, it would peel.
Oh
You'd
my
go to
gosh.
school, everyone, okay, so we were working at the same place at the time. We were working at Paramount Senior Living, and he would whip out his Aquaphor and like smother it on his lips. And like he was nicknamed like lip gloss for the longest time.
Like, no, I did not care.
Even your teachers commented on it.
Oh yeah, Mr. Oren, he did not care.
Yeah, and then I think that was we had two shared like symptoms was dry skin intensely everywhere, no matter what, and then bloody noses. Him and I
my
both
gosh.
got bloody
Bloody
noses.
noses a lot.
Yeah.
See, I put like Vaseline every morning in my nose, and I
had to do
pat
that.
down like moisturizer in the morning, night, like in between. It's crazy.
I would
how
come to
much-
school here and be like, "Can I get like a Q-tip?" And she'd put Vaseline on it, and I just stick that up my nose.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's
Be like,
what
this
I
needs
do.
to happen.
One time I forgot to bring Aquaphor to school. My
Oh, no.
lips were literally like bleeding. It looked like I was feeding, you know? There was blood running down my lips.
It was horrible. But for me though, like that didn't stop there. Like that stopped at that for Nick. And then I got body aches. My spine got so sensitive. If I was like up at any time I would like lay down, I had to like wait for my spine to settle, and it was so painful. So I got body aches all the time. It made working out really hard. I like gained I think about 15 pounds. That was really hard. But that was over the course of like 7 months. So like 15 to 20 pounds, give or take. So it was really hard with that. And then like my hair got really dry, and then I lost a lot of hair. But I also purged in the beginning. So like my face, like they call it the purging period, where your face starts to like get rid of a whole bunch of. So you get a lot of acne in the beginning, and then it goes down. I don't know if you got that. Did you get that?
No, mine kind of like started to it just like slowed down.
Yeah, life was easy.
It was good. It was good. It was a magic pill.
So like more about your face. So like what acne were you guys diagnosed with?
We were both diagnosed with acne vulgaris, and then like we had mild cystic acne, but that wasn't diagnosed because it wasn't there at the time of the diagnosis. But we had mild cystic acne with vulgar acne, which that just
That's
means
what I have.
yeah. It just means it was everywhere, like all over
Oh
the place.
yeah, I had it on my chest, I had it on my shoulders, I had it on my face. Like it just like went all over the place.
Yeah, same.
There
I had
was-
it on my
yeah.
back, chest,
There
neck.
was not one pore on my chest and on my nose, I remember, that wasn't covered in acne. And then my back and my arms were still so bad. It was so nasty.
Yeah,
You were
I got
also
on
your
my arms.
face.
Oh my gosh, my face was terrible.
His face now, like you can see some indentation around like his face.
It's still, but like definitely since it's gone, I feel like my confidence, it's gotten
I
like a
know.
lot better. Because I remember whenever I was taking it at the time and like before, I really didn't like going out into public because I knew that people would be looking around
Me
my face
too.
instead of like my actual eyes. But now like I find myself in conversations where people are actually like looking at me and like listening to me. Because sometimes they just be like looking at my face and I'm like, my eyes are right here.
I know, yeah. It's the worst feeling, yeah. You're just like, can you just look at my eyes, please? Yeah,
I
it
used to wake
stings.
up. I used to wake up so early to do my face makeup. I don't wear any face makeup now,
Oh
which
my
is
gosh,
I know.
it looks like you're wearing it. Like,
Thank you.
Wow, it's
People
really-
tell me that all the time. They're like, "Are you wearing makeup?" And I'm like, "No, it's beautiful." But no, I would not go out in public without doing my face. I had such horrible acne. I would take progress pictures of
yeah,
like
I have progress pictures.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like sent it to my friends. I'm like, does this like look different? Yeah.
For a
But-
long time, I also had while I was on it, mild rosacea. So like my face got so red.
Oh, see, my face is naturally red, so like
Mm-hmm.
the dermatologist said that they were going to try to like take care of that after they cleared
Mm-hmm.
my acne. So like how much shorter was like your whole skincare routine like in the morning, and like taking off makeup is shorter. So like how did it change your whole like routines?
Like for me, oh yeah, let me see.
did it
Yeah, for you
affect me?
specifically.
For me though, like I had, my face was so dry, so I had to take extra measures to moisturize it. So like sometimes that Aquaphor that we would have, which is basically just Vaseline, I would like put a very light layer over my face, and then I would put like actual moisturizer on.
Wow.
Sometimes I'd put, I mean, I've always used like different combinations of oils on my face because it's a lot. My face responds well to oils, while some people's doesn't. So I would use like jojoba oil, coconut oil, or like olive oil and put that on my face. with Aquaphor because otherwise it would get too dry. And then sometimes I'd have to put more moisturizer on. So it was really annoying. Taking off my makeup was easy though, because like at the point, like you just take off your makeup as normal, but it's just that extra step of moisturization is the part that gets really annoying.
It does, yeah. So what advice would you guys give so that like people that are reluctant about going on Accutane, how would you get them to do it? Like what advice?
I think it depends on the severity of their acne.
Yeah,
Because
true.
our dermatologist, he definitely like recommended for us because ours was acne vulgaris. But if you were just to talk to someone who had like blackheads, whiteheads, like I would not recommend Accutane. It's too much of an aggressive treatment because you're on it for like a good amount of time, and like we were on like 40 milligrams.
Yeah, that's like one of the higher dosages.
It was like the highest
Like I'm on
dosage.
20 milligrams right
Yeah,
now.
a lot of people start on 20. We started on 40, and then he upped my dosage to 60 for the last like 2 months. I was on it for 8 months. You were on it for 6 months.
7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Whereas you would normally just be on it for 6 months. And we had such aggressive acne for about 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
So we had like tried a whole bunch of different things to fix it. We did a whole bunch of different home remedies. We had never did the antibiotics though, because I knew like with us it was not going to work. It was just might as well hit the Accutane first.
Did you guys try Proactive?
No, you wanted to
I
though.
tried
I wanted
that.
to try Proactive, but I was like,
It caused like scarring on my skin.
Really?
Like,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
My mom tried Proactive, and she told us
She
that
said
it
it
worked.
works.
It worked for a year, and then
Yeah, and then your skin becomes immune to it.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
with all my acne treatments. Like
That's with
I'd be like, oh,
everything
this
topical.
is working, and it's like psych, like it's not. I was like, okay.
It
So
always seems to work with like that seems to happen with everything topical, which I would try, and then it would go and just come back. Never had much success. I would have like a good day or two of good face, and then it would just go. It would go back.
So did like face masks work for you guys at all, or did it like? Because I tried face masks and
we did it like rarely
We
because
rarely
we never had any luck with face masks. But we did it a couple times to try it out, but never did we have any success. So that's when I like actually started to look into dermatologists.
The main thing though with the face masks that I think we only ever used it for this purpose was for scarring, because like you had all the purple and like you had horrible scarring.
I had like indents in mine.
Yeah. And like
Oh, wow.
my face was relatively scarred, so we would just use like masks for about a year to get rid of the scarring, but nothing really for acne. It wouldn't work that way.
yeah, I used masks and it didn't really work that well. Like it'd make my skin glowy for a second and then it just like fail.
Yeah.
So that's all the time we have for now, but we will be back after the break to continue talking about acne and skincare.
My grandfather served in World War II. Spending time with him were the best memories of my life. I became a physician at VA because of my grandfather, so I can help others like him. I can't imagine working with better doctors or a more dedicated staff. I'm fulfilling my life's mission with the help of my team and thanks to these veterans. I'm proud to be a doctor at VA and proud to honor my grandfather every day. Search VA Careers to find out more.
So we are back from the break and we're going to continue talking about acne and skincare. So how was your diet like before Accutane?
Okay. Well, it was really bad before we had Accutane because I remember we would eat literally anything, and that
Me
also
too.
contributed to the fact that we had such bad acne. But when I was on Accutane, my dermatologist recommended that we should clean up our diet. So during that process, I was cleaning up my diet and eating better, and also exercising more, and that definitely helped my acne go away faster, and like keeping it like that, eating healthier since I've been off Accutane has definitely kept my skin much like healthier and cleaner. So I think diet's definitely a huge contributor to why my skin's the way it is right now.
And did you like increase how much you drank water too?
Oh my gosh,
so much.
I would drink like 2 cups of water a day. Now I make it a point to drink at least a gallon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have
I
to
like
drink
barely
some-
drink water. That's
You
a
have
problem.
to drink
You
so
have
much
to drink water.
Even now, like being off of it, like our face will be affected, or acne in general, anywhere will be affected if we don't drink water. Not as much. like our diet and our water intake completely affected it nowadays. And people get really mad whenever they see acne show up post Accutane, but it's really just your diet and your exercise routine. It's living a healthy lifestyle.
So like going on that, what advice would you give to someone who doesn't really know, like they don't exercise, like what advice would you give to them?
I would definitely start to consider healthier options. Exercising was definitely like a huge thing. I started running a lot. I was biking a lot, like that, and like I would also do it with my dog, so it just made it even better. And like I felt like he was like helping me through the process, like we were doing it together. It was good.
Little Mr. Titus.
And like I still do it.
Yeah, you can definitely, like, when it comes to your acne, you can definitely reverse a lot of it by changing your diet before even having to go on the pill, like those pills. Because like I know a lot of people who just changed their diet, ate healthier, drank at least a gallon of water a day,
Wow.
and they had significant effects, significant changes to their skin. I think it's whenever you've had it for as long as us, because we've gone into like bits of health here and there, but even then they wouldn't let up. So this was a lot of like genetics plus our family, like.
Oh,
family.
definitely. But we inherited our acne because like both of
Yeah, I
our
think I
parents
did
both
too.
had very like aggressive acne, and like both of them combined, we were just not. It was not happening. So that's definitely why we were like, okay, we need like some type of medical help with this.
So about your parents, how did they help you through the process, like of Accutane?
They really didn't. It was really just us.
It was really like more the focus was on us.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they
you
more or
guys
less just
helped
got
each
the
other?
pill for us.
Yeah. Like they would buy
Yeah.
us the Aquaphor and made sure we had the right foods.
Yeah.
Because we became very particular with our diets then. Be like, okay, we want these foods, don't buy this.
But it was like up to us to like actually start exercising and really, you know, choosing healthier foods instead of like cookies.
Yeah.
We still have our cookies,
still
but
have
like
our
not as often, okay?
Yeah, my mom, she got me like a huge tub of coconut oil because like I got a rash. I still have a rash on my arm from the Accutane, so that's not good.
Whenever I was working at Paramount, and like I was a dishwasher and a server there, whenever I would dishwash, I had to wear, I think, silicone gloves, and my hands really hated the silicone gloves plus like the moisture as well. So I got horrible rashes on my hands, and they were painful and red, and even you saw them.
Oh yeah.
And everyone would be like, "What's with your hands?" And they were like, "Just."
It looked like an allergic reaction.
Oh my gosh. So what would you say to like people who have acne and like they like are like fed up and their like confidence is really low? Like if you can go back and tell them like after your Accutane process, what would you say to them?
After their Accutane process?
After your Accutane process, like knowing that you went through that same thing.
I would say definitely consider it, because it helped a lot. Like my confidence is so much, like I have no problem going out in the public now. I'm so much more confident in my skin. I remember like in gym in like in like freshman, sophomore year, I didn't want to take off my shirt because I had back and like shoulder acne. So I would like just leave it on. But it definitely like made my confidence just amazing.
I would consider it, definitely, but do your homework. Don't just go into it willy-nilly and be like, oh, I want this just because I heard great results. Like, it is a steroid. It will have some adverse effects on you, and you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Look up the history of the drug. Look up everything. There was a lot of risky things that I was looking into, and that I was told afterwards that happened to a lot of people that had adverse reactions that did not go well. And so you just have to take it, like, piece by piece and see what you're willing to risk.
Yeah, there's also like depression also that could be like a side effect, but it's like less than 1%. But I'm still scared.
I think it's more circumstantial in that case. I think, honestly, personally, because there's not a lot of studies done on that one. I think it's just if you are already depressed, have a history of depression, you're more likely to go in, like, relapse into depression just because it's a steroid, you're messing with your hormones.
Yeah, I found more like when I was like after the Accutane, it definitely helped with my mental health.
Well, it's because like the
because
acne
you're more
was going on.
confident.
Yeah, so like I don't know, like depression, I think that's so, I just don't think that would ever happen on Accutane because it really does help not only like physically but also mentally. It's just, I like feel so much more comfortable in my skin. So I don't know about depression.
I think that one's just more personal, case by case basis. I don't think that was like depression, like Accutane's the cause of my depression. I think it may be a small factor in a type of person.
Yeah. So like, how did your face makeup affect your acne, like before Accutane?
Before Accutane, I mean, I was combination skin. I had very large pores. It was hard to keep makeup on my face. It would slip and slide throughout the end of the day. And then it was just annoying to work with, and I love makeup. It's fun to play with. I don't wear it often now just because it's the end of the year and I'm so tired. But
Yeah, same.
but it was really hard to work with, and I used to wear so much just to get the desired result of covering my face enough. But now it's really nothing. Like, I don't even wear face makeup like 9 times out of 10.
So whenever you do wear face makeup, is it easier to apply?
Oh
Like-
yeah, because my face is smooth. It was really annoying to go
I
around
know,
those
yeah.
bumps and ridges.
Yeah, like my makeup now goes on smoother, and I'm not even done with Accutane. Like, and it's not
Yeah.
as oily, which is good.
Oh, we
Your
had
face-
such oily skin. Oh my gosh.
too.
The first thing that happened with Accutane was like I dried like a prune. It was great. 'Cause my glasses would slide all the time. And now they just stay, and I'm like,
He used to do this funny thing where he would like put his nose on things and he goes, "Look at the oil."
oh my gosh,
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Yeah, like I'd go like this, and like
My
you can
hand's
just see how
shining.
much. It's like, oh my
The
gosh.
highlight.
Now it's just normal. Like, there's not, like, I get oil here and there, but like it's nothing really, and it's just so nice and manageable. Although you just gotta really know, like, it's not just willy-nilly. You really gotta like know what you're getting yourself into.
So like, how was your hair affected like after Accutane?
It was dry, and
Oh,
also
so
like
dry.
it
Mine's, like,
slowed
itchy
my
all the time.
like the process for hair growth, because like I obviously shaved my face, and whenever I was on Accutane, I shaved my face probably like twice a week. It was more like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I could
That's
go
nice.
like 5 days without washing my hair. And there would be points where I'm like, okay, my hair is not oily, but I should just wash it now. Like, it's around the time, like I should, but it would never really needed to be washed.
And didn't you say, like we were talking before, how your hair got much thinner?
Oh yeah, see, that was more me, I think, because I kept messing up when to take the pill, and then I kept taking like 3 at a time, and it was bad. And so,
Oh, no.
yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I think I messed up a lot of the things in there, so
Remembering to take the pill was definitely.
that was so
Yeah,
annoying.
it's hard.
I was like, oh no, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't take it on time. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, oh, I have to take that.
Oh yeah.
I think like my irregularity with taking the pill really took an effect on my hair thinning, but I also know a lot of people whose hair thinned out a lot even when they were taking it normally. So like I had very thick, voluminous, curly hair, and it's gotten curlier, but I did lose 50% of my hair.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's not as voluminous as it was.
So what advice would you guys give to people who like take it irregular and then it like makes the side effects worse? Like how do you, like what are some tips for them?
I mean, get a reminder on your phone.
Calendar. Like,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
always like try to.
reminder.
I'd like sometimes write it on my hand.
I know, like take Accutane.
I know.
Don't forget. Or I'll
Yeah.
be like, Nick, you gotta help me, like remind me to take Accutane
Yeah.
That's
after
nice that you
this.
guys took it together.
Because like I would sometimes find myself like 2 days after like, oh, taking 2 now.
He
So
would
I can
remind
wake
me
up.
at dinner. He'd be like, "Did you take your Accutane yet?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I didn't."
Yeah, and on top of it, I have to take birth control, so it's hard to remember that.
Yeah, don't you have to take that at like a very specific time?
It depends. Like you can take it. I take it like typically at 9 o'clock, but if you take it like 2 hours or 3 hours later, it's not a big deal. But if it's like 12 hours later, it's a big deal.
Yeah, see, I didn't have to worry about that. I was not on birth control doing that, so I hear people like have to get it's like it gets very annoying to sync up the time. I don't know, but yeah.
So, why do you recommend like Accutane? Like, why do you guys think that Accutane is the solution?
To it, like,
To like, I think it's a solution to people that have very like aggressive acne.
yeah. It
To like
shouldn't-
most people, sometimes topical creams. Because I know my cousin Diana, she currently is on a topical cream, and she's like saying it's working significantly
yeah,
for her.
she's on an antibiotic, and it's very nice and easy for her, and it worked well for her. But like for us, it would not.
For
have
us, it
worked.
was a little bit more aggressive, and our dermatologist was like, definitely consider Accutane. And then once we did our research and really like considered it, we were like, okay, we're gonna go for it.
So, what would you say to parents who like are against Accutane, like for their kid and the kid needs it? Like, what would you say to them?
Honestly, just research. Always research
Yeah.
anything you get yourself into. Because, like, my parents had a preconceived notion about dermatologists in general. We didn't go to one for 8 years because they were like, no, they're going to mess up your skin. They're too expensive. They're not going to do anything. So our parents were really hard to sway in general, but you just have to break their routine slightly. Just change their routine, and they'll get into it. You have to like present the information to them. Be like, no, these are the facts. These are not your assumptions.
And then after like 2 months of us like really doing it, they started like, oh, this actually does work. This is good. So then like we kept the process going on even longer. Like hers was like 8 months. It was like originally just supposed to be like 6 months. And then mine was 7 months. I knew one person that was on it for 9 months.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I heard people extend the time a lot. Like they're like, oh, we're just making sure that your acne's like done. So they told me that I was only going to be on it for 5 months, but I don't think that'll be the case.
Oh no,
It's
it's always like special for that person.
Then some people get used to it being on there for so long. Like they get used to it while they're on like 3 months, and they're like, oh, my acne's gone. And then they get off, and then their acne relapses. And it's like, because you didn't finish your cycle. Because you're supposed to take a certain amount of milligrams within a certain amount of time. That's why my dosage was amped up. But like some people, they just get used to it, and they're like, oh, my acne's gone, I'm just going to stop, and then it comes back.
Yeah, so how do you prevent it from coming back like as intensely?
For me, at least, obviously, like, health and diet.
I would definitely consider, like, I take more, like, vitamins. Like, I take a biotin, I take, like, a multivitamin. That definitely helps, like, and, like, the water that I drink a lot of water. That definitely helps my skin stay hydrated.
And then keeping everything simple. Just simplify your life.
I like clean, like, my face, like a tea tree oil pad. That's good.
tea
Like,
tree
takes
oil is
the, like,
good.
the bacteria off. That's good.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for coming. Acne is not a permanent burden. There is treatment available and precautions people can take. Overall, people need to be more accepting of natural skin. I hope today you learned more about acne and possible solutions.